Franklin Park first opened up, our dear friend Chris King was the ticket meister here. He worked here for a long time, and Chris was a dear friend. He passed away back in, I'll say it was maybe in the spring of 2019, I guess. And Chris and I had done a lot of really cool things together. Like, he worked at Wage Radio over in Leesburg. He had a radio show on the AM radio station in Leesburg. This wasn't even all that long ago. And I was doing this residency at Loudon Country Day School with a librarian with the 2 third-grade classes doing songwriting. We wrote songs, and I thought, man, this is really cool. You guys came up with some pretty cool songs. If we can come up with a little bit of money to pay for it, we could go up to Les's studio and record your 2 songs. So we did. And so Chris caught wind of what we were doing, and he said, well, you should bring the kids by the radio station, and we'll play their songs on the radio. That was an experience I hope that none of those third graders forgot anytime soon, because it was really pretty cool for all of us. So Chris was many things, but he was a scholar of the blues and of African American history in general, especially locally. He knew all the like nooks and crannies stuff that we just like, we need to know, you know? And so the first time that I remember meeting him, he had invited me to come play at the dedication of the Unitarian Church, which is over on Gleedsville Road. And if you're not familiar with it, it was built by the families that had been enslaved at Oatlands and their descendants in the late 1800s. I guess they finished it in 1890, and they were sharecropping around there, and they would work at night. There's a painting hanging up in the Unitarian Church now, imagining the scene of the fires and cooking and the timber frame going up. And this AME church was in there for nearly 100 years before they outgrew it and moved to downtown Leesburg, and the Unitarians bought it. And so Chris invited me to come and play at the dedication of it. And it's this lovely little wooden country chapel, just like, you know, straight out of Central Casting, beautiful. And I went in and I played around a little bit, and I was like, wow, this room is really live, you know. I'd play a note like real soft, and it's like it grew in the room. I'm like, oh man, what's going to happen if I like get on it, you know? And I played a big fat, you know, big old chord, and it like shrank down as like the room was breathing the music. So that morning when I was playing, I noticed that it had been a really pretty gloomy day, and all of a sudden at some point the sun poked out from behind the clouds and just lit the entire, it's like sunlight exploded on the floor of this wooden chapel. It was just crazy. So when Chris passed away, he asked Les and I to do the eulogies. And I could have told a lot of stories about him, but I didn't really want to. I really kind of wanted to honor him because he was always such a fan of the music, and he encouraged me a ton too. So I said, well, you know, I'm going to just bring the dobro in there, and I'll say a few words, and I'll play something, and I'll make it up in there because I know that space is real conducive to it. And so I got up that morning, and I think that the funeral was at 10, and I'm sitting there in my living room, 9 o'clock, with this guitar on, and I just started noodling. And within 15 minutes, I had the words written on an index card. And I was like, okay, I guess that's how it's going to go down. So we went, and we did our eulogies and stuff, and I played the song, and just like it did almost 20 years before, the sun breaks through the clouds and just sets that whole chapel aglow. So this one's for you, buddy, and this one's for our friend Chris. voice and sing. When my time comes, raise your voice and sing. Sound just like angels when that joyful noise rings. When my time comes, hold out your hand. When my time comes, hold out your hand. Don't you worry about me, lift up your fellow man and woman too. When my time comes, yeah, ring them bells. When my time comes, ring them bells. Till we meet again, fare thee well. Good night, y'all. Thank you. Thanks so much. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you.